Bhagavad Gita 5.15. Narate kasya sit papana chaiva sukritam vipu ainena vritam gyanam dena mohyantiyantavaha. Nor does the Supreme Lord assume anyone's sinful or pious activities. Embodied beings, however, are bewildered because of the ignorance which covers their real knowledge. So this is one thing that first of all, like a Supreme is not creating our situation. Are we suffering or enjoying in this material world? We have free will. That's the mercy, the blessing of the Supreme, that we can choose. Are we turning to the matter or spirit? And if you decide to turn towards the matter, then because of the free will, we take the credit of our actions. When you do something positive, we get the positive reaction. Then when we do something negative, we get the negative reaction. So that's the beauty of free will, that we can choose where we move towards, and then we reap the results of our actions according to our decisions. So it's not that there's God somewhere up there and God is just deciding who will suffer and who will not suffer. We've been here before so many lifetimes. So when we're born, everyone born in different situations. That's not that God just decide that someone born as a very sick and poor family and someone may be born very healthy and rich family. But this is all because of our previous pious and impious actions. Actions because of our karma. That's why we have to either enjoy and suffer in this material world. So it's not like God is so merciful, and but we should misuse our freedom. We misuse our freedom so that we become bewildered. And we forget who we really are. We are pure spirit souls. And yoga means to realign. So we try to turn back towards the spirit, but turn back towards the self, turn back towards the Supreme. And then when we understand this, then we see others also as a pure spiritual beings. So that's the ultimate level of compassion. So no one can take someone else's karma. Everyone has to reap the results of their own actions. That's because of the free will. Otherwise, it would be unfair if everyone get the same result no matter what they do. You cannot call it anymore free will. Free will means that if I turn to the right, I end up to the right. And if I turn to the left, I end up to the left. So if I turn left or right and then anyway I end up to the right, then that's not really free will. So that's the free will is the mercy of the Supreme. But it's because of us we misuse our free will. And that's why we suffer. Not because of government, not because of our family or our gender or something. It's ultimately we should look at that enemy is us, ultimately. So karma is perfect. Buddha also said that this world is perfect in its purpose. So whatever happens is, no one is suffering without a reason. For example, whatever happens is because of our previous pious and impious actions. Is it positive or negative? You understand, that's exactly what should happen. It's not like a fatalistic philosophy in that sense that we should just not try to make things better. That's part of the karma also, that we have ability to choose, but we can only choose what karma allows us to choose. So we only see the options that karma allows us to see, and then we mistakenly think that we are free to choose whatever we want. We only can choose what we see, and then what we see is based on our karma. So we should try to avoid the, Patanjali says in Yoga Sutra, we should try to avoid the suffering. Heyam dukkam anagatam. We should try to avoid the suffering. At the same time, we should understand that whatever happens, positive and negative, if it happens to us, that's our karma, and that's based on our previous actions. At the same time, so we shouldn't try to externalize our suffering by blaming God, example, of our suffering. But what we should do, we just tolerate ups and downs. At the same time, we try to dedicate our time to burn the karma by doing the spiritual practice. When we do the spiritual practice, then consciousness gets purified. When the consciousness is pure, then that's the state of Kaivalya. We don't need to take any more material body and material mind, which means that that's the end of all problems. Bhagavad Gita ki jai.